Hi, welcome. I'm Michelle, and today I'll be teaching you how to jump into your Chaturanga. So I think the most important thing about jumping into your Chaturanga is to jump with bent arms, but if you've done research into it, you probably already know that. If you jump back into straight arms into your Chaturanga, or any position where you're jumping right into straight arms, you will slowly over time, if not all at once, be tearing muscles and kind of overusing your shoulder muscles and getting rid of the cartilage. So we don't really want any shoulder or elbow injuries here. Also, kind of, if you're jumping back into straight arms, which you shouldn't do, you can hyperextend the elbow as well. So those are two complications. We'll be making sure we jump right into our bent elbows. So one of my recommendations on working into getting into this pose is to just practice holding your Chaturangas for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 30 seconds, kind of more and more a day. I would say make sure you can hold your Chaturanga for at least a half a minute, 30 seconds before you try jumping back into it, because it takes a lot of shoulder work, that arm work to hold you up. So first, perfecting our Chaturanga, getting into it from hands and knees. We'll find the hands planted, stepping the feet back right to high plank. So from here, find the hips in line with the rest of the body, engaging the core. Working into our Chaturanga, we'll shift a half an inch forward. Bending the elbows, make sure that elbows hug in. We'll be stacking elbows over the wrists and shoulders come to about a 90-degree angle. So finding your 90-degree angle, it doesn't have to be for everyone 90 degrees, every body is different, but about that 90 degrees with the shoulders in front of the elbows and wrists, the elbows stacked over the wrist. So really finding that alignment once you jump back is something that might take a little bit of practice, but just practicing your normal Chaturanga will help. Just pausing there for a minute, engaging the core and feeling that out. So working on that a few times, a few rounds of that, maybe we'll start jumping back. So starting from your standing position, just a normal Tadasana. Inhale to swoop the arms up and overhead, Utthita Hastasana. Exhale to forward fold. So this is normally how we end up in our sun salutations, in our vinyasa flows. We'll find the hands firmly planted, finding a bend in the knees. So most of our weight is in our toes here. Finding a gentle lift in the heels or just a lightness in the heels, making sure the hands are firmly planted. From here, I think it's very important to think about your shoulders going forward and then your elbows hugging in to catch you, really making a platform for your body with those bent elbows, elbows stacked on top of wrists. So you can jump back, maybe just with one leg, and feeling how that feels a few times, keeping a lightness in the elbows here. You don't really need to find your full Chaturanga arms with one side and the other. Just moving back and forth, one side and then the other, just getting that feeling in the legs, that muscle engagement. And once you've taken a few rounds of that, we'll keep a bend in the elbows, a bend in the knees, gazing forward about 2 feet ahead at a spot in front of you. From here, gentle bend in the knees, and then hopping the feet back. Think shoulders forward, elbows hug in to catch you. Flipping to the tops of the toes, straight to your upward facing dog, knees are lifted. And then back to your downward facing dog. Inhale to gaze between the hands, meeting in the forward fold, root to rise, coming back through center, Samastitihi. So those are my tips for jumping back. I'll show you one last time. Swinging the arms up and overhead, forward fold, finding the hands planted, weight into those fingertips. Think those shoulders forward, gaze is forward to get you there. Lightness in the knees, come onto the toes. From here, you'll jump right back, elbows hug in, wrists under elbows. Upward facing dog. Down dog is how you get out of this pose. So just practicing that a few times, starting with holding your chaturangas, finding your alignment in your chaturangas, looking in a mirror really helps. Notice that alignment, gazing forward about a foot or two ahead at a point on the floor, and thinking shoulders forward in your pose. Think I'm bringing my shoulders forward as I hug my elbows into my sides. So I hope that helps. If you have any questions about jumping back into your chaturanga, please feel free to leave a comment below and I'll respond to you as soon as I can. Thank you for joining class today. The light in me reflects the light in you. Namaste, and I'll see you next time.